man, I'm exhausted, boss.
I'm exhausted. That was a lovely Christmas, but
It was a lovely Christmas.
it's nice to be away from all the food that's kind of, upsets the old.
I have eaten so much over Christmas. It's been good. It's been very good, but I'm paying the price for it now.
The ultimate price, yeah.
The ultimate
absolutely.
price.
January's got to be dry January in terms of like not eating beige food. Maybe I should cut down on the Scotch eggs.
We need to go on a detox, I think, because to be quite honest, I have had quite enough of it, to be fair.
I have actually.
Did you have any Scotch eggs over Christmas?
No, I didn't.
We didn't get the dragon's egg in the end either, did we?
We didn't.
But enough of that.
Enough of that.
We need to get on with this video. Hello, welcome to Pop Along RC, the RC car channel that is all about RC car racing. I am Carl, this is Mark, and today we are talking about problems. Now,
yeah, we are,
it's more your problem than my problem.
Well, it is my problem. Listen, a lot of people have dropped in the comments, you haven't done a video about servos. Now, we don't claim to be servo masters by any shot of the imagination. However, I have had a bit of a problem with one of my servos, my main servo in my buggy.
And was it a cheap servo?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a cheap.
It was not a cheap servo.
Because you can expect to have issues with a cheap servo.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little bit sluggish. Maybe it strips a gear or something like that. But you didn't get a cheap servo, did you?
No, I didn't, because I thought I don't want any problems with it. But I got a nice expensive one, and it went wrong. But it's all in the video. It's all in the video.
What video?
Well, this one here that we're just about to play you.
Oh, you made it already?
Done it already.
All right then.
Yeah.
Let's watch it.
Roll VT. Okay, so the servo that's currently in this car is the KO RSX4S1 10X 30137 servo. Right now, this is an expensive servo, and KO back in the glory days of RC they were the go-to servo back then. If I'm honest, perhaps in the 80s, certainly when I was racing back then. And I thought to myself, you know what, I'll go KO. This wasn't a cheap servo, it's about 105 quid, 110 quid, something like that. Now I have two problems with this servo, and I'm going to show you what they are. Actually, three problems. Right, I'm going to turn this on. Okay, so first thing with this servo is, for that sort of money, you want a servo that's seriously quick, right? Now, I know that looks quick. Actually not, and there is a reason for this, and we'll go through that in just a second. Let me get my light up here. Second problem with this servo is if I go down there, I'll try and zoom in a bit here, and I have got some slop there. Now that slop is not the servo saver. It might look like it's the servo saver, sorry, the servo horn. It's not. That's actually the gears inside this servo. So, for whatever reason, I have got some major slot issues in there, and I'll try and I'll try and go a bit further so you can see. That is actually the servo, not the servo horn. The problem number 3 is it glitches. I wonder if I can catch it on video. Oh, it's not going to do it now. Typically. Oh, there it is. I don't know if this sort of brings it up, but turning right, the servo actually glitches just slightly. So I'm not happy with this servo. So I'm going to change it. I know that this servo, you can get a... Sorry, let's turn this off for a minute. You can actually get a program board with this servo, which makes it quicker. I mean, I think that's a bit ridiculous myself. Why would you want to make it surely you want to buy a servo, you want it to be on its quickest setting and then work backwards. I guess it's my fault. I didn't do enough research into it. I just thought KO's a trusted brand. I'll use it. I'm not happy with it. I've contacted the manufacturer, KO, and actually not responded to my email. So I'm just going to take it out and perhaps put it in a crawler or something. But anyway, let's put a new one in. Right then, its replacement is this one here. Now I know what you're thinking. That is not a cheap servo. Totally agree with that. It's not a cheap servo. However, when it comes to buggy racing, I think there are some things you can go budget, like the radio gear. Fine, whatever. That's quite budget. But when it comes to a fast, responsive, high torque servo, put the most amount of money into it that you possibly can, I would say, in regards to a servo. Now, I did think that with a KO and it let me down. However, we're going to stick this one in here. And this is the Dash SS602 from Arrowmax. Looks nice, actually. So let's have a look at some of the specs on this servo then. So we're really looking for, or what I tend to look for, is, do you know what? Just speed, to be quite honest with you. And this one says operating speed 6 volts, 0.067. That's rapid. That's rapid. 7.4, 0.055, 8.4, even quicker. So this is a seriously quick servo. It says it's compatible with SANWA, Futaba. I run Futaba, Noble as well. And I think the reason being is because they run on slightly different, I don't know, frequencies and whatnot. Band widths. I don't know enough to even comment about that, so I'm not going to. Weight, 52 grams. Thing is, these buggies, you want a bit of weight up front, so it's not too bad to have a bit of weight up front with those, just for the front end grip. So if I slide across my touring car here, normally my go-to servos really are the Savox brand of servo. Now, some people hate these. I actually have had absolutely no problem with these whatsoever, and they're relatively cheap. You can pick up a decent one for around 60 or 50 maybe 60 quid. I know that Etronix do quite a good range of servos these days as well. So anyway, I'm going to fit the servo in there. In the meantime, I sent Carl out to our local club to have a little look at what other people are running.
Well, and what servo is that?
RUDDOG.
Okie doke, thank you. Just a quick one, what servo are you running?
SRT.
SRT. We do like a Savox servo there, very nice. What servo is it?
SRT.
SRT.
2273.
2273. Oh, very nice, thank you. Doing a servo, so we've got a Savox. Very nice, thank you. Another nice Savox servo there. It's one of the, an ABSIMA servo there. She looks alright.
Okay, we've got marshals please. Have we got enough marshals to cover this? Looks like it. Okay.
Savox 1258.
Cool.
That's the highest DS700. Very nice, thank you very much.
Innis is a SANWA, isn't it?
Is that SANWA, is it? It's a popular one. We've got another S15 servo.
Right, I've got the servo out, and just to clarify, just to see about this little slop business here. There it is. Can you see the servo actually moving? That does not look like a lot. Agreed. But when that's on the car, it's too much for my liking. So there you go. Okay, excuse the noise of the fan again. So that is the servo fitted, and let me tell you something, that is absolutely blisteringly fast, and that is exactly how I like my steering. So no issues really with that, which is good. So that's fixed. That must have been letting me down somewhat, I think. If anybody's had any issues with this KO servo here, put it in the comments. You know, is it just me that's experienced it? But it's certainly not the KO that I know from from years ago. Maybe it's just faulty. I don't know. It is what it is. But if you've got any suggestions, let us know. But super happy with this. So we should hopefully go on and do. Mate, you never know. I might even win a race. Who knows? So there you go. Like I say, this servo horn's a plastic one. I don't really. Let me turn it off. I don't really intend on racing it with the plastic one, although I don't think it'll do any harm until it strips. Hopefully my new one should come through the post in time for race day, which is actually in a couple of days. So fingers crossed we get that and we can carry on.
Okay, so that looked like a pretty simple fix then.
It was, but as long as you've got some money, but you don't have to go as expensive.
You say you've got some money. I'm pretty sure that was a Christmas present from Rochester RC.
Yeah, it was, but we're lucky
from
enough.
Our race sponsors.
Yeah, we're lucky enough to have we've got a good partnership with those guys, haven't we? So that's really nice. But you don't have to spend top dollar. You know, I think anywhere from about £40 upwards would give you something quite decent. But hopefully, that video shows you about, you know, the different makes and models of the servos that people are using. Now when you're buggy racing, you want something fast, responsive, with quite a bit of torque, really, to be quite honest. So I hope it's been, you know, of some use, really, at the end of the day, you know.
It is indeed. So I've got some leftover turkey in the fridge if you're up for it. Turkey sarnie?
Go on, hang on a minute.
Actually, I think you need to go do a damage report on that one.
Yeah. Anyway, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell and go to the toilet.
See you soon.